affordable housing inventory. The latest Housing Affordability Index report shows that affordability dropped by 21% between 2020 and 2021. This is the most significant year-over-year decrease since 2013. Additionally, affordability in 2021 was 20% less than it was in 2013. There's no shortage of competition in the affordable housing market. Everyone is looking for a good deal, including home flippers, which contributes to pricing out low-income Americans looking for a home. The number of homes for sale increases as home prices increase. Essentially, it's a buyer's market for the most expensive homes and a seller's market for the most affordable homes. Key takeaway: there's not enough affordable housing inventory in the United States to meet the demand. This causes more individuals to rent, often with higher monthly payments than mortgages. Subprime mortgages and predatory lending. Subprime mortgages and predatory lending refer to the unethical practice of lenders giving out loans to individuals who can't truly afford them. However, predatory lending is technically illegal, so it's difficult to determine if it's happening on a large enough scale to influence the housing market outlook. Key takeaway: mortgages are getting more challenging to qualify for. While this isn't encouraging if you need a loan to buy a home, it's a key reason why economists argue that we're not in a housing bubble. However, if this difficulty leads to increased instances of subprime mortgages, it could become a risk factor for a housing bubble. High mortgage rates. Mortgage rates are going up because of several economic factors. The Federal Reserve is the institution that sets national interest rates and helps regulate the value of the US dollar. As of August 2022, the Federal Reserve is raising its rates to help combat inflation. However, when Federal Reserve rates increase, mortgage rates do, too. Between March 2021 and 2022, 15-year fixed mortgage rates increased by 44%, and 30-year conventional mortgage rates increased by 48% between April 2021 and 2022. This is the most significant year-over-year jump for each, and it will be essential to see if rates decrease as the year continues. Both rates are still significantly lower than during the 2008 financial crisis. Key takeaway: mortgage rates are rising, which is one of the indicators of a housing bubble. However, economists think rising mortgage rates will bring down home prices by the end of 2022, reducing the risk of a market crash. Low housing inventory with high mortgage rates and prices creates extreme demand. Prices can only go so high before people aren't able to purchase homes at all. This is when prices drop, the housing bubble pops, and the market crashes. New home inventory has increased 48% since the beginning of 2022. This signifies that we might not be approaching a housing market crash. Key takeaway: housing inventory has been upward for most of 2022. This is hopeful because increased inventory can bring prices down and reduce the risk of a housing market crash in 2023. Will home prices go down in 2023? Due to conflicting data, it's hard to say if home prices will decrease in 2023. However, experts are hopeful they will. Here's why. Home prices generally decrease when mortgage prices increase. The average mortgage rate is 5.55% as of August 2022. The Federal Reserve is increasing rates, so mortgage rates will probably increase as well. These factors indicate that prices may decrease sometime later in 2023. However, most experts predict prices will continue to grow during 2022, just at a slower rate. Housing crash predictions: the main challenge to the housing market in 2023 will be high home prices and difficulty qualifying for mortgages. The Federal Reserve will likely increase rates to combat inflation if inflation continues. This will cause mortgage rates to grow, too. If this happens and other risk factors, such as a low inventory, occur, the housing market might crash. The most important factors to keep an eye out for when gauging if the housing market will crash in 2023 are: housing inventory drops, home prices skyrocket, mortgage rates accelerate, predatory lending occurs. There's not one lone indicator that predicts a market crash. Think about these factors as economic relationships that work together to tip the scale in favor of or against the likelihood of a crash. Will 2023 be a better time to buy a house? 2023 might be a better time to buy a house, depending on your financial situation. If you have the proper credit score for a mortgage and prices drop, you might get a better deal on a home. However, if you have difficulty securing a loan, it might become more difficult to find a new home in 2023. Try our mortgage calculator to help determine if now's the right time to buy a home. What will housing interest rates be in 2023? Many are hopeful that interest rates will decrease in 2023. Even if they don't fall, the growth will likely slow. How will the housing market be in 2024? As of this writing, it's too soon to predict what the housing market will be like in 2024. Factors like federal intervention and inflation rate change too much to make reliable predictions about the 2024 housing market outlook. When will the housing market go down? Housing prices and mortgage rates probably won't decrease until mid or late 2023. However, this is difficult to predict because many unpredictable factors affect housing prices and mortgage rates.